I'd be lying if I said it was, not an easy game to get up for. But yeah, it's one of those games where, you never know how many games you get in this league. So you got to cherish everyone, just go out there and you can't take any of them for granted. So for me, just try to go out there and play hard. And I know a lot of the guys did that as well. And, down the stretch, I was pretty proud of how our team competed and came out to play.
You gotta be pretty, yeah, like you said. I mean, you guys got to be pretty happy with the way, last month or so, you guys played 500 hockey basically. I mean, do you see optimism heading into next season and all?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of our younger players especially took strides this year. Up front there we had Raz and Zadina, Phil Hronik, and Chalowski show that they were meant to be here and playing. They were playing well, and I think that was good to see. And for the future, I think that gives you a positive outlook on things.
Sounds good. Thanks for this, Danny.
Yeah.
Next, we'll go to Ansar Khan from MLive.
Yeah, Danny, just on a personal level, just how much better did you feel towards the end of the season than at the beginning?
I definitely felt a lot better. Coming out of training camp there, I was, definitely struggling a bit for sure. And then, I think 9 or 10 games there where, they kind of just sat me down and told me to work on some stuff and just try to get back healthy again and stuff like that. It had been so long since I played, but yeah, I mean, second half of the season, I definitely felt a lot better. Thought I was moving better, and I felt stronger out there. And it was one of my goals going into this year was just to first of all try to play, and then try to just get better as the weeks and months went on. And I think that's what I did. And just for me, that was pretty positive. And going into the off season, having a full year here or a full off season where I can be healthy and training and whatnot, because obviously last year was still a lot of rehab, and I couldn't really get to the point where I needed to be or I wanted to be to play at this level. So I think that'll be important for me this summer.
And you touched on it a little bit, but just how would you characterize just the team season as a whole? Just the improvements. What areas of improvement did you see from this team?
Well, I mean, obviously we had our ups and downs. I was pretty proud of, after some of those games where, a couple of those Nashville games or, the Tampa game early in the year, we got whacked pretty good. But, we never really let it snowball too much, which was good. So I think after those games, we were able to kind of come back and get wins or compete hard and have a chance to win instead of just kind of laying down and, going into a big losing streak. So that was something definitely positive for us.
I thought we were, as I've stated before, a much improved hockey team from a season ago, both in how we play the game and in our habits and our structure. With a number, especially down the stretch here, of young players really being thrust into significant roles, and so to me, it's not even comparable. In terms of the arc, I've said this a lot. I think the arc of this organization is starting to head in the right direction, and so last year was a bad year for sure, and I think this year again for me it was totally different.
I'm sure you're a pro. These kind of questions are coming. Do you expect it to be here next year? How badly do you want to continue this arc in the way that you feel that it's going?
Again, I'll sit down with Steve, and I had these questions earlier in the week, and I'll sit down with Steve and we'll discuss things. And I've been a Red Wing for a long time now. Certainly have enjoyed every second I've been part of this organization, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Next, go to Ted Kulfin from the Detroit News.
Tell you what, even tonight, Jeff, twice in the third period, you guys rally. I mean, a game that, it's probably kind of tough to come up and play for, but I mean, you guys showed resolve again tonight.
Yeah, these games are, especially this one in particular, you get to the last game when both teams are out and they're not really super fun to play in. But we put ourselves in this spot. I would give our guys credit again for hanging in there and finding a way to get it to overtime. And you'd like to win it and go off on a good taste. But at the end of the day, what I'll think back on this group is the fact that they responded every time they faced setbacks. And, we had some tough nights this year, but every single time it seemed like we responded with a real good effort. And that just speaks to the character of the group.
Yeah, off the ice, what did make this such a difficult season, basically?
I was just talking to Pete Van
day,
Zandt. I was talking to Pete Van Zandt and Russ Bowman, our athletic training staff. Like off the ice, if you want to talk about tough seasons, it was tough for them. Like that was the hardest for sure. Just that there's, Pete Van Zandt, the hours he put in was really amazing, to be honest with you, both him and Russ and our whole medical staff. And it just was a lot, there's just a lot. And we all hope in the future that we're not dealing with this stuff. But it was the reality of it. And I think our guys did an unreal job, to be honest with you, of being committed to adhering to the protocols, of being safe. If you think about it, I said at the beginning of the year in my opening meeting, I wanted 0 man games lost for close contact. Like you couldn't necessarily say you want no games lost for contacting the virus, because it's so easy to get in so many different ways. But we certainly didn't want any close contact, which would have meant we weren't adhering to protocols. And I thought our guys did an excellent job of that.
Thanks for this, Jeff. All season.
Yep. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press.
Yeah, just in the bigger picture, the way your team responded, I mean, there were some routes here and there, but on the whole, I mean, even when, everything went off kilter a week into the season with 5 guys in COVID, you never really, I mean, there was no loss of composure for maybe more than a game here and there.
Babs used to talk about study on the rudder. That was something that he used to say, as you guys remember, I'm sure, say lots. And I think our team did a good job of being steady on the rudder. And we got lost our way in that one stretch where we were missing those guys. But, really, if you look back, I think we're 7 games under 500, somewhere in that range. That ultimately that COVID stretch was a tough stretch for us. But other than that, I thought we did a really good job, again, of responding when things went bad. I say this lots when I talk to people all the time. I talk to different groups, talk to businesses. Like, it's not about whether or not you get knocked down. You're going to get knocked down. It's if you continuously get back up. And I thought our group continuously got back up. And, there's a lot of good men in that room and a lot of work. We talked about work ethic and compete. I can say on a night-to-night basis, we worked and competed to the nth degree. And that's something I'm proud of our group for.